Greetings, namaste friends. Just a quick little Miraculous Monday from me, Marie Russell, here in Puerto Escondido in Oaxaca. Just wanted to share with you some of the downloads that I'm receiving just in the moment. I'm just getting off a call with an incredible teacher of A Course in Miracles from Atlanta, Georgia. And that interview will be coming out soon. But we had such an amazing talk just about our function and our role as students of A Course in Miracles, and just as humans, if you're not a student in the Course, just as humans that are really seeking to embody more and more love and more light in your day-to-day. And one of the things that was really present for us during this conversation is what we talk about a lot here in our Miraculous Monday talks, which is around willingness and communication. So real briefly, as you know, one of the most potent lessons from A Course in Miracles is the willingness to see this differently. When you are willing to see things differently, you will. And it opens doors and it opens channels in your brain that are hardwired and closed off. And so willingness is something that a lot of us actively resist because it feels difficult, and it feels difficult because it literally is hard. There are hard wires. So willingness, though, immediately softens the wires, the synapses in your brain and the way that everything is connected. It opens up channels. It allows for more fluid communication and coherence and guidance to come through you. So anytime, and here's how you practice willingness, anytime you feel triggered, you feel resentment, you feel angered, you feel anxiety, you feel a pang in your belly, you feel a stab in your back, you feel a flutter in your heart that gets you feeling off center, or just not on top of your game. Anytime that happens for you, the most potent thing you can do is to ask yourself what you're thinking about. Pause for a second, go in there, and start to track. What are the thoughts passing through your brain? Generally, they're going to be disempowered thoughts if they have created feelings of unease and dis-ease in your body. Trust me, I know all about this because I'm healing from cancer naturally by correcting my thinking patterns. Like, that's really what I'm up to. But if you start to see your patterns and you start to see the frequency, the lower vibrations that your mind is running on, the subconscious mind, when it's running, and you say to yourself, to your higher self, to your superconscious self, I'm willing to see things differently, you will see things differently immediately. And when you see things differently, what that means is that you are asking your higher self, you're asking the Holy Spirit within, your internal teacher, your inner guide, to take you out of the hardness, to take you out of the stickiness and the stiffness in your brain to a more lighter frequency. That's literally what happens. And it's you might think, oh, that's so woo-woo or that's magical. It's not. It's guidance, and it's what we're learning as we merge science and spirituality, that you literally have a direct communication to the intelligence that holds planets in place, okay? You have that level of connection. You were created by this energy. You didn't create yourself. And so when you align to your creator, amazing insights come to you. You get into the field where only love is real. And that, my dear friends, that process of shifting from disempowered thinking to empowered thinking can only happen if you're willing to do that. And you might ask me, well, why, Marie? Why do I need to be willing? Why can't it just happen? Why aren't we all just, in the state of bliss? Why do we have to, go through all this? Well, that's because we decided we wanted to be a choice. And that the universe respects our autonomy and knows us to be sovereign only. It knows us never to be a victim. So it cannot impose itself on us. It cannot say you have to see things differently and you should see the light in your brothers and you shouldn't be judgmental. That is what we have created in terms of how we see the Godhead as a punishing, judgmental entity. That is not how God is. I can guarantee you that. God is unconditional love, grace, compassion, acceptance, allowance, peace, bliss. It transcends all things. It sees through all things. That is the power of love. But we need to decide that we want that power to be our guiding force. And it really is simple, guys. It's just a willingness. It's just noticing when we're feeling off and saying, I would like to see things differently. I would like for this energy to change and transmute. Your power comes in your knowing that it will happen because you've asked it to happen, and so be it. Ask and you shall receive. That's how these things work. And these days, it's so empowering to have these kinds of principles being mastered within your field so that you can overcome your addictions. You can overcome your judgments. You can overcome your discomfort and your fear of the future and your fear of this and your fear of that. There's so many fears right now happening and circulating. You're welcome, Amanda. That just by saying, hi, Renee, here's all my friends. Just by saying, I'm willing to see things differently, will you literally see things differently? And you can trust, and I guarantee you this, you can trust that the internal teacher that resides within your consciousness will reorder your thinking, will organize your thoughts and shift them deeper and deeper into the thinking of love and reality and peace and all of that, because you have decided you're willing. You don't want to be the boss anymore. You can see, wow, my egoic consciousness has been leading my life. It's been leading my relationships. It's been leading this. It's been leading that. And you can see the dis-ease that it has created in your life. And you're willing to let it go. It's that simple. The issue that so many of us have is that we are attached to our creations. We're attached to our judgments. I was with a friend, and this is a really powerful story. I was with a friend on Saturday, and she's struggling. She's moving through all sorts of things, a divorce. She's changing her career. I mean, like so many people here in 2020, it's just been a total 1, 2, 3 switch. It's been really intense for everyone. And I invited her to come over and bring her kids and just relax a little bit. And she came over and she started sharing some of the things that were on her heart. And I could tell just within her vocabulary, she was really aggressive. She was like, can you believe this happened? And can you believe this person did this and that person did this? And I said to her, sister, I hear you. Are you willing to see things differently? There might be another narrative. And what's amazing about this friend, and I want you to ask yourself this too, is that she said, yes, I'm willing to see things differently. Well, because she's a course student, she's a yoga practitioner, she's in my personal life. So if you want to be in my personal life, you've got to be at a certain level, because I literally can't talk to you if all you want to do is talk about how, crappy everything is and how bad other people are, how bad this person, I literally don't want to be in your presence, because I don't want to be in a relationship with anyone's ego, right? And it's not a judgment. It's I can see the light in you, but you can't see the light in you. So then I don't want to be with you. And that's the work that we're all up to right now, guys. We need to be able to see the light within ourselves. And my friend knows, even though in that moment she knew she was judging, she knew she was attached to her judgments. Why? Because she was feeling crappy, she was crying. But she was willing to at least hear a different narrative around this or that. That willingness provoked a flush of tears. Okay, so here she is crying, and I said, I got the answer. I took her upstairs. I laid her down. I put a pillow under her knee. I put an eye pillow on her face. I lit some incense. I sprayed some rose water. I cleared the room of some negative energy. And I put on a meditation for her. And I said, I'll be back. So it was about a 15-minute meditation. I went downstairs to check on the kids. I came back up. I opened the door to the room. And I'm going to do a whole podcast on this because it was so powerful. The smell that came out of that room was so toxic and so terrible, really, that it was literally, it took me back. It like, wow. So the question that all of us would have, and the gnosis that I had immediately, was that was the toxic energy that she was carrying. That is what judgment literally smells like. That is what fear smells like. The air was thicker. It was disgusting, straight up. And how grateful am I, and how grateful was she, that we had the wherewithal within us to clear that energy and to let it come up and out, knowing that we had the power within us, and that together, when two or more are joined, I am there, we could clear her of literally this demonic and nasty energy that was holding her down in judgment and self-disruption and self-disease and all of the things. I mean, you could see it in her face. So we left her there for 2 more different meditations. I kept her there. I cleared the room. We saged it. We opened out the windows. We got it out. We cleared it. We cleared it. We cleared it. She rested for about 45 minutes, came downstairs, a new woman. So grateful, so much more in touch with her divine feminine energy, because she wasn't in her adapted masculine energy, which judges and critiques and points its fingers, and that's what it does, because that's what it is, guys. And in this healing journey, to heal is to make whole. To make whole is to remove all the distractions and the barriers to love's presence in your field. And so as you do this, as you practice this on deeper and deeper levels, as you ask yourself, am I willing to see this differently? As you lay down and let that toxic energy leave your field, by how? By surrendering it, by saying, I don't need this anymore. Spirit, God, Creator, Source, Christ, light beings, whoever you want. Literally, call in the highest guides you can get and ask them to remove this from your field, because it will. They will remove it. Because why? Because the channels are so much more open than they've ever been on our planet right now. It is literally so much easier to alchemize fear than it has ever been right now, guys. So go for it. Just go for it. Let yourself release. Let yourself see things differently. Trust the process. Trust that you are innocent, and all that is happening is you are returning to your innocence. Okay? I love you. That's all I have for now. Namaste. Please share this video if it resonated with you, or if there was any goodness there for you and you can feel that it would be great for a friend or a family member. Share it, share it, share it. And know that we're here for you. Check me out on Facebook or wherever you want. I'm around. Send me a DM if you're going through anything and you need some feedback. I'm around. I love you very much. And I look forward to, all the good stuff that's coming as we continue to embody more and more levels of light and more of who we truly are as innocent sparks of light. Namaste.